What is up, my friends? I just got out of Heretic, written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. It's starring Hugh Grant. And I just wanted to make a quick out-of-theater reaction. This is also going to be my spoiler-free review, so don't worry about any spoilers here. As always, make sure you hit the like button before we get going. Make sure to leave all of your comments down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, because I make a lot of content. But Heretic. The synopsis reads, 2 young religious women are drawn into a game of cat and mouse in the house of a strange man. And I'm not gonna lie, after seeing this trailer, it intrigued me quite a bit, because Hugh Grant just doesn't really fit the bill for horror. It's a very similar situation with Demi Moore in The Substance earlier this year, but now we have Hugh Grant in this. I was very much looking forward to it, and I would say that it delivered. I do have a little bit of hesitancy saying that it was like amazing. The one feeling that I got the most throughout this film was, wow, this is a really good script. Hugh Grant is killing this performance, but it almost feels like it's one of those ideas where they got to the table, they read the script, and they were like, wow, this is a really great idea. But then the script just kind of plays a little bit more in the movie than the actual movie itself. There's a lot of dialogue going on in this film, and sometimes that's a great thing. I feel like in this film, it's a bit to its detriment, but I did like what they did with Hugh Grant's character. It was very reminiscent to me of like Patrick Bateman, Christian Bale. The entire movie itself is just one large puzzle, so you're trying to solve this thing as you go along, and it seems like it's gonna be predictable at times, and then it kind of keeps just twisting and turning, and that's definitely something that I liked about it. I kept feeling like I knew where they were going, and I kept feeling like I was gonna predict everything that was gonna happen, and then it would absolutely flip it on its head, and I'd be like, oh shit. It's a very ominous film, and it's definitely a thriller, so if you're going into this thing expecting for it to be like a crazy, gory, insanely intense horror film, it might be a little bit longer and a little bit more drawn out than you're expecting, but I do feel like for certain people, this film is just gonna hit, and they're gonna wanna go back and watch it again and again and again. The themes in this film have to do with religion and the questions that we all have about faith itself. And it hits you on a very deep level there. It causes you to become a little bit uncomfortable asking those questions about the things that we're most firm in. And I definitely think on that front, it succeeded. But again, Hugh Grant, freaking phenomenal. I love him as an actor. I loved seeing him in this role, and I love just seeing him get to mess around, especially with this subject matter. There are some scenes that are just like hilarious, and there's a lot of kind of meta commentary going on there that's freaking awesome. Also, there's Sophie Thatcher. This is an actress that's been blowing up lately. You got Yellow Jackets, you got The Boogeyman. The one thing I would say about her is she just feels very similar to the other roles that she's been in. I don't want to see her get typecast because she's a phenomenal actress, and she was great in this. But if you know her from other stuff, it's just gonna feel a little bit similar to those other things you've watched her in. I also do want to shout out some of the direction here. The camera work is freaking awesome. It just has a very interesting aesthetic, and it adds to the whole puzzle of this whole thing. But it's good stuff. I highly recommend going and checking it out. I was with Fonz PR tonight here in Austin, Texas at Alamo Drafthouse, and they had a scent that's specific to the movie. There was like a smell, and they put that in the movie theater, and so it was just a really cool experience. I don't know if every movie theater is going to be doing that, obviously, but it's worth the price of admission. It's worth checking it out, at least just for Hugh Grant's performance alone. But as always, I got to give my Jones Vibe star rating. There's been a lot of great horror films this year, so it's hard to kind of compare and contrast here, but I think this movie safely sits at 3 out of 5 stars. No doubt. But make sure to leave me all of your thoughts down in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, hit the like button. That helps my channel. And make sure to keep up the good vibes, my friends. Peace.